The Singapore's Civic District will come alight from tomorrow, with over 60 programs and artworks by local and international artists. The festival promises to celebrate the here and now in its full post-pandemic return. For more on what we can expect, we're joined by Jean Hare. She's Assistant Director of Programs at the National Gallery Singapore, and artist Grace Lee-Khoo, Director of Actress Path Productions, a disability-led arts company. Let's start with you, Jean. Full post-pandemic return to the Civic District tomorrow. Now, of course, what the pandemic did do in some instances by depriving us of certain sensations, it would have, I suppose, made us more sensitive and more attuned to these sensations and experiences. So when you launch this here and now, how differently will you do it this time around, first time post-pandemic?
But here at the Light Tonight Festival, we are really glad that everything is safely opening up again. And if anything, presenting two festivals during the pandemic is a lot more comfortable dealing with uncertainty. And this year, the team was most excited to welcome back everyone and international artists back to the Civic District to a bigger and a better festival. We are also able to safely bring back our festival favorites, such as the very well-loved Art Social Festival Village and live performances. The Festival Village on St. Andrews Road and Empress Lawn now features a fresh lineup of over 50 F&B stores, new art and craft brands, as well as live performances and outdoor workshops. But as we're crafting the theme of here and now, our ambition really was to present engaging experiences and commission artworks which enable all of us to commune with art in person as a community in this present time and space. So I'm definitely really looking forward to lighting up the Civic District and seeing our festival goers enjoy the programs that we have created.
So, Jean, here and now is about engagement and interaction with the community. What was the specific inspiration behind developing this specific theme for this year's festival?
So the theme here and now is really inspired by how artists create works in response to one's time and environment. So the festival really invites visitors to reflect on contemporary topics and explore what it really means to be in the present. So through our new commissions and multidisciplinary programs, we see the festival as an opportunity to resume these spontaneous and ephemeral encounters with art, drawing meaningful connections between art and the personal lived experiences, but also providing the chance for us to reflect on the world and who we are now, which is quite an appropriate sentiment, seeing that the festival is held right after the turn of the new year.
All right, Grace, let's bring you into this. You're behind a self-guided, accessible installation called Glimpse. It's co-created with 4 performers with disabilities. Now, what exactly would be a self-guided, accessible installation? First, explain that to us, and then, I suppose, give us the highlights of this particular performance.
So in my line of work, what we do is we discover, train, and platform artists with disabilities, and they are being equipped by an entire village of very skilled theatre and arts practitioners. And in this case, the installation has what we call the aesthetics of access, where things like creative captioning for the deaf and hard of hearing audience, integrated sign language, and of course audio description as for the vision impact community. So all these features of what makes the work accessible, and a member of the audience with disability can navigate it with independence. And so we wanted to invite visitors to ponder the theme of disability, visibility as they explore the self-guided installation. So throughout the day, the installation will feature video works by each of the 4 artists, which captures their lives, their interests, and reflections. And there will also be live performances by the artists at the installation on the 6th, 7th, 13th, and 14th January at 7:30 and 8:30 p.m.
Just seeing some very interesting images from the festival there. Our viewers will be seeing those too. Grace, you mentioned the theme, disability, visibility. Can you tell us what that theme means to you personally, and how best can visitors take that message away with them? How will you ensure that they get the message?
So the work, it's about expanding and exploring themes such as self-advocacy and the aesthetics of care in our artistic process. As the festival serves as an accessible and easy entry point to the themes of glimpse, we hope that this helps our audience reframe people's attitudes towards disability. When we question what we see and how we are seen, no matter how fleeting it could be, it creates a space of reflection. And truly, everyone is special and everyone has needs. So if you know one disabled person, you know one disabled person. It's about taking the time and the care to get to know a person in your orbit as the complex, multifaceted being that they are, and what it takes for them to lead their best lives socially and culturally.
All right, finally, a question for Jean before we go. You mentioned bigger, better. I see you're hugely enthused about this festival. But if you could pick from quite an array, some of the highlights, the best thing we should be looking forward to for festival goers.
Well, so as the festival will return to a fully physical format, we can definitely look forward to an enhanced lineup of programs and installations for everyone to enjoy. Of course, I have to give a shout out to Glimpse, which Grace, Access for Productions, Rupert Thompson, artists, and the team has presented together. It is a deeply moving and reflective production that everyone can enjoy and connect with. So we highly encourage everyone to visit the installation and attend the live performances. Of course, the other highlights that we're really excited about are the two large-scale installations at the Padang with very contrasting experiences. We have Hearing Padang by Artist Sai and Ephemeral by Atelier System. So one is interactive and the other immersive. Now, these installations are intended to evoke a sense of playfulness and also encourage participation for positive engagement with other public spaces. And for the first time, our Art Skins on Monuments light projections are showcasing Southeast Asian artists. Now, for this Southeast Asian showcase, we've invited 3 groups of artists from Singapore, Thailand, and Indonesia to work together to create a magnificent work. What's interesting is that these established contemporary artists are collaborating with digital projection mapping artists. So we're not only showcasing talents from our region, but also challenging our artists to venture out of their comfort zones. And the results are truly fantastic. So do head down to the Padang to catch the showcase on galleries and start from 7:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. every night. So, of course, there are other multitudes of programs too. Also, a greater appreciation of arts like live performances, trivia nights, and really casual conversations about art. They're all happening at the National Gallery to reinvigorate guest appreciation of art.
Jean, we wish you the very best for the Night to Light Festival, and to both of you, thank you for joining us. Jean Hare there from National Gallery Singapore, and artist Grace Lee-Khoo, and we apologise for the audio quality in some parts of that interview. Thank you very much.